Today on Beardo and Weirdo, we're being joined by the very funny Dave Landau, and this is an episode that requires a huge warning. I can't even tell you enough. Be prepared for what you're about to hear.
We should all be prepared because on this episode, breaking news, my co-host is a snitch.
That's what you took out of it? Yeah.
Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Anaheim, California. It is I, Chris Cale from the rock and roll band Five Finger Death Punch, with my friend, the King of Credits,
comedian Craig Gass from Family Guy, King of Queens, Sex and the City, etc., etc. We are coming to Green Bay, Wisconsin, to the Epic Event Center on January 10th, and then we'll be at the Grove in Anaheim on January 24th. We're doing live stand-up comedy, followed by a live podcast taping of Beardo and Weirdo. You can join us live. Ticketmaster.com or go to getgas.com. It's Get Gas with 2 S's.
Hey, man, you forgot that one episode of Las Vegas that you're on.
One episode of Las Vegas with Alec Baldwin. We robbed the casino. I got $8 for it.
Been eating more than that, Miranda.
Yeah, what's up? We're being joined by the great Dave Landau. Yes. Comedian. You've seen him on TV. You've seen him you've heard him on the radio, and he's got a lot of great stories and funny. There's comedians like me and Jim Florentine, Don Jameson, Big J. Okerson. We've opened up for bands like they've opened up for Megadeth. I've opened for Metallica and Pantera.
And I've got to open up for you.
Yes. Yeah. And Dave Landau open for Donna Summer.
Nice.
I did, yeah. Back then, when they used to come through Detroit all the time, they'd want somebody to open up that was a comic.
Why?
Because they wanted to make sure somebody did terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
So that Donna, that's like the Elvis thing.
Yep.
Supposedly, and I mean, I hate to say this, but it's pretty well known in stand-up comedy. Pauly Shore's dad, Sammy Shore, opened for Elvis, and the story goes that Pauly Shore's dad was so unfunny that people were like, "Oh my God, Elvis! Yes!" Like that was the story.
Really wetting the palate for the rock show.
Yeah, have you heard that? Have you heard that about Sammy?
No, but I can imagine you're just ignoring this dying man on stage because it's so much better than the one who died before him.
I mean, Sammy Shore is funny, but the story that I heard is that people just wanted Elvis so bad that they were like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
Oh.
So you did the show with Donna Summer?
I did. It was something. First, I was outside smoking a cigarette, and somebody comes up to me and she goes, "Listen, you're smoking a little too close to Miss Summer's trailer." And I was like, "Where's the trailer?" And I look over, it's like 100 yards from me. I'm like,
"Really?
Are we being serious right now?" And they go, "Yeah."
Oh, the divas.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll smoke somewhere else then." So then I move, and they're like, "This is still too close." I'm like, "Why? Are we allowed to swear?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh, am I being fucked with? Like, what's going on? They're like, "Well, you can't." I go, "Okay." And then they go, "You do have a button-down shirt, right?" I'm like, I guess I do in my car. So I had to go like dress up.
Whoa.
So it's like all these different rules all of a sudden that are getting thrown out. So, and I'm really not excited to be doing this. Now, it's also very early in the day before she comes out. And she's coming out about 8. Now it's about 6:30 maybe, where there's barely even a crowd there. And they go, "You're going to go up now." Like, that seems kind of pointless, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I go up on stage to a lot of older people.
At 6:30?
Yes.
Does the ticket say 8 o'clock?
The tickets yes. Rain or shine.
Rain or shine, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Wait, what's the venue?
It is at the time the Jerome Duncan Ford Theater in Detroit, Michigan. Outside of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Which is now Freedom Hill.
Okay.
It goes back. They all went back before going corporate.
Okay, so the ticket says 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay, but you walk out on stage at 6:30 to whoever has decided to show up early.
Yes, one being my manager, his wife.
We have all done shows like that, whether comedy or in rock and roll.
Oh,
absolutely.
Shit.
Yeah, my girlfriend, who's now my wife,
Awesome.
A friend of mine from high school.
So you must have killed then. The set must have been good. Yeah.
Oh, great. No, so I go out, nobody is laughing at all, and I just hate every second of this. And as I walk out, I realize the piano's turned a certain way because this isn't a playable piano. Nothing's really plugged in. This whole thing is a complete just charade. This is all lip synced.
It's just like Yngwie would have the stack of Marshalls, and they were all, wasn't it Yngwie had fake Marshalls?
A lot of people do.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have
Dumb
stack-
cabs.
Okay.
Yeah.
just the refrigerators.
Yngwie's playing though.
Okay. All right. But it's a piano that's not plugged in. It's just there for show.
And angled so they can't see the hands. Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Whoa, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So you've seen this.
No, I know of other performers that have done that.
You can't even. So they're just going crazy. And later on, I watched the guy go crazy on a piano. He wasn't playing.
Oh, so it wasn't Donna Summers on there.
No.
I thought maybe it was like a gimmick piano for her to be able to act like she's playing a song while singing. I could see that.
Oh, she might have played it later. Yeah. I
You
don't
didn't
know.
stick around for it?
No. What happened was I started doing, and I'm just eating it. And I go, well, apparently I smoked too close to her trailer. Just wanted everybody to know that. I bet she didn't have a problem with that back at Studio 54 when she was doing coke off Frank Stallone's dick.
You said that
exact
on stage?
words on the stage.
Dave gave up on the game.
I love it.
And I look over, and my manager I see his head in his hand, just going like this. And and no one cared. No, I'm like, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for this. No one was watching to care. My friend gave me the DVD of it, so I might still have that somewhere. I have it somewhere.
love
You know?
Oh, you got to post that.
Yeah, so I just eat it with fake pianos and basses behind me. And then I go out, I'm like, I might as well just watch the show now. And she comes out and she's like, I broke my tooth, y'all. And then I went to the dentist and she fixed it today. You know why? Because she works hard for the money.
Oh, no.
And that's the same thing I said in the back. I go, oh, Jesus Christ. And then I just watch the worst show of obvious lip syncing.
Even her, too.
Oh, the whole thing was lip syncing. It
That's
sounded
terrible.
like they were just playing her CD.
Yeah.
It was.
No shit.
Yeah. All right.
And what year is it that she's lip syncing?
This had to be 04, 05, maybe 06.
Whoa, she is an OG lip syncer.
OG. Yeah.
Because I mean, I really can't think of hearing about lip syncing until like the last 10 years.
Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah, that girl.
Yeah.
What's her name's little sister?
Oh, Ashley.
Ashley Simpson.
Ashley
Yeah,
Simpson. Yeah,
Simpson,
that
yeah.
and Milli Vanilli were the two big ones.
I remember watching that on Coke and being like, hey, why'd the show stop? Like, I didn't even know, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. I was like, hey, did they just go to commercial?
Yeah.
But, but yeah, by the way, Dave Landau, like us, had some problems with substance abuse and is also sober 16 years,
Yes, 16 years.
Bravo.
which is,
So we've all proven that we can do it.
yeah.
Now let's get the rails. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we're finally done.
Yeah.
So what kind of music are you into? What are your favorite bands you grew up watching? Listening to?
Oh, wow. Well, I grew up listening to a lot of Motown, actually.
Right on.
Thus Donna Summers.
Detroit, but he's a Detroit boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I grew up, but Alice Cooper, a lot of Iggy Pop and the Stooges.
Whoa.
I grew up listening to, a bit of everything. I also love rap. I liked NWA. Eazy-E was one of my heroes.
Really?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the short guy that could talk shit.
Yeah.
I grew up, so really everything from soul to, and I really didn't get into country until later, which is like outlaw country.
Okay.
More like Merle Haggard.
The one good type of country.
Yeah, I like, but I do like Jason Isbell, Outlaw Truckers, Drive-By Truckers. But yeah, I grew up listening to a bit of everything. You know?
Zach Brown was actually here at the Sphere this past week.
Yeah,
and got in some heat because some satanic imagery.
Yeah, but my buddy Takumi, you remember Takumi?
Yeah.
Takumi, he was working that. He was in town for a week because they had to do load-in every day
Because there's the morning show.
at 4 a.m. They had to
Oh.
load in at 4 a.m. and then get all the equipment out by 11.
Man.
Because Wizard of Oz was running during the day.
Serving the devil takes some time.
Yeah, I didn't understand. So they, like, Zach Brown was showing imagery that people thought was devil worshiping.
Yep. That's what I saw. Yep.
Sometimes with the country fans, you get that where they think everything's satanic,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
it becomes annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb and religious.
Yeah.
Not a good mix. Not a good mix.
Donna Summer, worst show you've ever seen.
That's the clip, Alex.
No.
What's the worst concert you've ever seen?
Boy, there's a few. I got to think of the worst time I had at a concert or the worst concert I've ever seen.
What's the worst time you had at a concert, and why did you have such a bad time?
I'm guessing it was a little over 16 years ago.
Yes, it was. We used to go to music festivals. So we'd go to like Bonnaroo, and I was like a big fan of Ween.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of those bands. And we went to this music festival in northern Michigan. I don't even know what it was, but basically it was on in Indian-owned land, and they were letting you do whatever the hell you wanted there.
Okay.
So we showed up. There were a bunch of stages, and there weren't really any bands.
Okay.
So we were hippie flipping. We were taking ecstasy and mushrooms and just having a good time. So it's like late 90s. But now there's no bands and people are getting pissed off.
This isn't Gathering of the Juggalos, right?
It was not the Gathering.
Right.
I certainly would have
remembered
remembered
upstate
it.
Michigan and and it's dangerous. Like, okay.
Although, I have interviewed and met Isham and a few of the people from that group.
Nice.
From Gathering from ICP?
From the ICP group, from that world, yes.
Some stories there. But anyways, back to the festival.
Yes. So we get there. There was a couple people, but it just turned into people beating the shit out of each other, which is not fun when you're, on ecstasy.
It's
especially on Indian land.
No.
Yeah.
You don't know who's buried there.
They haven't gotten away from this?
Well, they might have been mad we were there.
So disrespectful.
It could have been the ghosts of them cursing us.
So people were just beating each other up.
It was getting bloody and violent, and I'm like, we have to leave. So
all of Detroit must have showed up for that one.
Yes. So we decide we're going to leave. Some other cars are going to leave, and now it's becoming where people are blocking cars. They're chucking bottles at us. We're throwing bottles at them. But we're also rolling on ecstasy. There's one kid in the back who's crying with his girlfriend because he doesn't know how to take the fact that he's feeling so beautiful, but also at the same time scared.
Such a great spiral on that bottle. Look at that.
Oh, it's so nice.
Kid's got an arm on him.
Touch my hair, I'm afraid.
Good for him.
Yeah, it was bad. So we're pulling out, and now there's cops waiting everywhere.
Okay.
And we still have a lot of pills and mushrooms and stuff in the car. And now, as we're pulling out after getting in fights and dealing with this shit, we have cops following us. And we're like, oh, yeah, we have a car full of drugs. So we have to eat everything.
Oh,
yes. Now we're talking.
And there's about 7 of us in the car. 2 are in the trunk. So now we have to divide the insane amount of double stacked pills and all this other stuff that we had.
And just eat it?
We ate it all.
Oh,
everything. So my friend John, who's driving, we finally did get pulled over as we thought. We didn't have any booze, thankfully, but we got pulled over. The guy's going through our whole car. He can't find any drugs. He's like, we know you're probably on something, but we can't prove it because they kept pulling over every single car.
Oh.
I have no recollection of about 15 minutes after that pullover.
15 years.
Yeah, there was definitely.
Yeah, that was a lot of double stuck pills.
Oh, dude, I can't even tell you. I did not like taking ecstasy all that much anyway.
Wow.
But after that, I don't remember much.
Yeah.
I do not. I just remember feeling great and then just seeing red. Like the whole world was red.
And you were off the Indian land by then.
We were.
Oh,
so there was no helping us.
Yeah.
They couldn't guide us.
Yeah. Yeah. You might have found another spirit outside of those that reservation
It
land.
looked like a Zach Brown concert or whatever that was.
Now,
Sorry.
was when you guys were driving out,
Yeah.
was there a sober driver or was it the one who's the least messed up right now?
Absolutely. It was who's the least messed up. And of course, he was tripping balls on mushrooms and on ecstasy.
You imagine?
Wow.
Having to talk to cops with all that in you. Yes, sir.
Many times.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
I used to love driving on acid. I know that sounds bad, but it was like playing a video game.
I used to, back in Kentucky, when it would snow, drop acid and drive.
Yeah.
Because everybody's driving messed up out there on the snowy roads. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to get pulled over for driving bad in the snow.
You feel like you're being extra safe.
Yeah.
In the middle of all those people trying to be careful in the snow is this whacked out mountain man looking guy.
In a pink geo tracker.
Really?
Yep.
A pink geo tracker?
Yep. If I have the picture, we'll throw that up.
Wow.
Yep. 4-wheel drive, baby. So I was extra safe while on acid.
You know what? I got pulled over. I can't even tell you how many times drinking and driving. And I would always pass the test. And then as soon as I would get away, I'd be like, oh my God, I got a drink. And I would just get more hammered after that.
Yeah.
And the one time I got a DUI, I literally had one drink and I got pulled over and I was like, I only had one drink. And they were like, oh, you want to do a breathalyzer? And I always remembered somewhere in the back of my mind, I could swear I had heard, don't ever do the breathalyzer. And I was like, nope. and that put me in jail.
Oh, no way.
If you turned on the breathalyzer, you go to jail.
You go straight to jail.
And then they take your blood.
And then
in
take
my
your blood,
experience. Yeah, that was always fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had 4 of those, and they aren't
DUIs?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a Beardo and Weirdo record right there.
We have a 4-time champion on Beardo and Weirdo.
Fortunately, 2 were as a juvenile, so I am not a felon.
Game in the system. Yep.
Yeah, I got a DUI the day I got my license.
Whoa! So, what was your drug of choice?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You got a DUI the day that you got your license?
Yes.
Walk us through that.
Damn it.
We had waited for a while because I wasn't a very good student, believe it or not.
Are you a full-blown juggalo at this point?
Full blown. I got the ICP jersey. I'm wearing full clown makeup.
Got out chicken hunting.
Yeah, I'm wearing my great Malenko jeans.
Yep.
And there's no doubt about it. I got a juggalette by my side, and we're going to Juggalo baby funerals.
Hatchet right there. Hatchet right there in this passenger seat.
You and the juggalette are finger banging each other. All right.
Yeah, you get it.
You're driving
Yeah.
down the road. You're hammered.
I
You
have
got
a-
your license. You're ready to party.
Yeah, I
This
have
is a story we've
a
all
silver
lived.
chain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Working on the gold,
Yep. Yep.
saving up my busboy tips. I'm sorry, I can just keep going.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So no, what happened was my parents would not give me my license. My dad had been diagnosed with brain cancer from Agent Orange in Vietnam. So at this point, I'm 16. We finally were like, okay, look, you just get him his license. He can go to and from school. I have a twin brother. He had been driving for a little while. This is November. They get me my license the same week we're having a family reunion.
Okay.
So now I have my family over and we go to this restaurant. And I'm like, hey, Dad, can I borrow your car? Is the day I got my license. And we're at the restaurant with my entire family, aunts, uncles, everybody from different places. He goes, yeah, go ahead. We go back to my house and my aunt has blocked the driveway of my house. And it's a normal 3-bedroom colonial in, the Midwest and just 1-car driveway.
Yep.
So, but my aunt has now blocked that. But I figure if I gently go back my dad's car over the neighbor's lawn, tree, and garden
With your car.
with my dad's car,
Doing a yard job.
I can do that. So I go and get my dad's car keys anyway, and I back over my neighbor's lawn, destroying all of her property. And then I pull that around. I immediately go and it's my cousin Andrew's with me. I go and I pick up 3 of my friends. We go down to the hood on 8 Mile, and we go to a place called Piccadilly, where a guy named Spider would buy us liquor, or you could buy with. And Spider he was Spider with a wow. That's how he announced himself. And he claimed to be a roadie at one point for like AC/DC. Yeah, but he would also offer you sexual favors. I put him in a movie I made because he would be like, I can suck your dick. I'm like, just the beer be fine. He'd be like, I could work with like ski poles, and we're like, nah, man, that's cool. Just the beer. He'd be like, who wants to go out and come in the store and pick me up? And we'd be like shoving each other for who would have to go do it. But yeah, Spider with a Y. And so we go in, we get, like a 30-pack of Bush, 5th of Captain Morgan's, very juvenile MD-20.
Sure.
Yeah.
The cheap stuff.
Yeah, so we're sat in the back seat, we're driving around. That's when we started lighting leaf piles on fire because people would rake leaves to the street.
Yeah.
That's such a Detroit thing, I think.
Yeah, fires are really a thing. It's a prank for us there.
It is. The big deal. Isn't that like every Halloween they got to like make a big deal about
yeah.
like, hey, don't burn the city down?
They used to. It used to be called Devil's Night.
Devil's Night.
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
right.
Hell Night, but yeah, Devil's Night.
Devil's Night.
Yeah, now it's called Angel's Night. But yeah, at one point it was Devil's Night, and they would just light everything on fire and kill random people.
Yeah.
And kill random people.
Zach Brown fans found out about it. That we're changing this thing.
Yeah,
This is ridiculous.
Detroit is a whole different mentality. So
it really is. So then we start giving lawn jobs. We went to a few parties and stuff, and then I decided I would give lawn jobs in my dad's brand new Buick Regal.
Spider did a lot of those lawn jobs too.
yeah.
Yes, he loves lawn jobs. So it's it was like a 3800 engine supercharged V6, not the fastest, but pretty damn fast for a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
When my dad had just bought it,
And some power.
and I love the Regal,
Yeah.
So I'm getting up on people's lawns, brake torquing it, just destroying their lawns, doing donuts, just driving all over the city. And finally,
You are out of your mind at 16.
yeah, oh yeah. And this is the day I get to drive. So I get up, there's a guy sitting in his car. It's a BMW. And I want to say off the top of my head, it was like not an M, but it was a sportier one.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm blanking on the
Not the M4. that what that is?
It might have been an M4. It was the sportier, smaller one, but it was, I mean, it's a V8, fast ass BMW. Okay. So he's sitting in his car, and I assume I'm just going to give him a lawn job, and he'll just sit there and take
Whip him in there.
So I get up and I give him a lawn job, and I mean, there's grass kicking on his car, on his house, and then I go, now he follows me.
Of course.
So we're in now a French Connection style chase through the city of, Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's behind us, and my friends are like, let's pull over and just beat the shit out of him. And we're like, how do we know if he has a gun?
Right.
Wow. He's like, well, maybe
it's Detroit.
Yeah. He's like, maybe your dad has golf clubs in the trunk. I'm like, I don't fucking know what to do. So he's chasing us. Finally, we come down the street that has this really sharp bifurcation. So instead of me noticing that it takes this very hard left, I just smash going 65 miles an hour. My car hits this curb, smashes into a tree. The engine drops.
No.
Yeah. The airbag breaks my nose, like just smashes my face. Blood's coming out. Everybody.
Happy 16th birthday.
Yeah. The whole car just smells like this, like egg,
Like this egg.
Like just dust
Yeah.
and egg. And like I'm bleeding. And then everybody runs. Everybody in the car, including my own cousin and my friends, they run.
They leave you.
Leave me. They shut the door. Here's what I didn't know. My dad had all this stuff in the trunk for the party we were having for the family.
All the alcohol.
Yeah. Alcohol, beer, whiskey, chips, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it looked like a Super Bowl party crashed into the tree.
Is this your first or second DUI?
This is the first day I drove a car.
First day.
Yeah. My first day I got a driver's license. So
wow.
There is now a river that looks like a Super Bowl party drove into a tree to just me.
Oh my gosh.
And they took off. I wake up and I get out and there's my dad and cops, swear to God. And I get out and I go, Dad, I'm fine. And my dad, who was not a violent man, decks me. And then I was knocked out for the second time that evening.
Whoa.
And then I wake up and no joke, the cop goes, he's up if you want to hit him again.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he?
No.
No, not a slap or nothing.
He was pissed though. Like I'd never seen him that fucking pissed.
Yeah.
We told him we are gonna go see The Water Boy starring Adam Sandler. So he's like, we went to like 3 different theaters to try to find you, and here's my car smashed, my brand new car up against a tree.
Wow.
So I ended up getting arrested. I go to downtown Detroit, Coleman A. Young Municipal Building. I see a referee because that's what they have for juveniles. They call him a referee, which is adorable. And what they gave me was, no joke, at the time, 6 months suspended license. That was it.
Man.
Wow. This feels like a recovery meeting for me, man. Hearing these like crazy war stories.
Yeah.
I'm actually coming up on in 6 days. I'll be 21 years sober.
Good for you.
And and these are the stories that keep me sober.
Oh yeah.
When you hear these war stories, like what's the moment? What is your moment of clarity in all of your drinking career that made you go, all right, this is it? How'd you make that transition?
I was 27, married, doing well as a comic, and I was sitting at I went around the block to go to my wife's cousin's house, and I was just getting hammered drunk for no really reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I came back and I was like, oh, there's my car. The back tire looks a little low. And I thought that would be a good time to drive up to the gas station and fill it up with air.
DUI number 4.
Yep. So
Whoa.
I drive up to the gas station. I didn't even see the cop behind me. No joke.
We never do.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. So I'm driving.
I always have that built-in thing where I'm always looking for cops.
Yeah.
Even now, sober, I'm still like, just always.
I have that PTSD paranoia where no matter what, even though I'm doing nothing wrong and I have no issue with cops, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I always feel like I have to hide something or like there's a false bottom because I've been beaten by police, thrown downstairs.
You're kidding.
Yeah, for real. I wrote a book called Party of One, a fuzzy memoir, and it's all about those experiences.
Oh my.
Whoa.
Like I've had some pretty violent interactions with them. And
wow.
And look, it's my fault. You shouldn't, you shouldn't really spit on them and expect them to hug you. But
I'm glad that you clarified that you've been a piece of shit.
Yeah. No.
you've actually are the one confronting the police.
So that's what we do as addicts now. We accept responsibility. We live in truth.
Yes.
We're able to, acknowledge our faults.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the one part where there was a cop who did harass me.
Mm-hmm.
And that I've added in the book where, I mean, he did do some pretty shady shit.
Okay.
To me, where, I mean, like he would go to parties and he just loved handing out MIPs. He liked messing with younger kids.
Yeah.
And that was when
What's MIPs?
Minor in possession.
Oh, okay.
And then that would be a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Like one time I was hiding in a closet, and I did for years, but I was hiding in a closet at a party.
Done, sir. Well done.
And I told my brother's girlfriend who owned the house, I'm like, you got to hide me. Please hide me. And she hid me, throws me in a closet, throws all her clothes on her because the cops were raiding the house.
Okay.
And this one girl, Jody, runs in this room, and she's hiding under the bed. And she's like, who's there? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I can't go back to jail. She's like, I don't want to go to jail. I'm like, you're fine. Your parents are rich. Shut the fuck up. Please don't say anything. And then she gets dragged out from under the bed like the movie Taken.
Whoa.
And a good hour went by, and then I hear somebody tiptoeing in the room. And I'm like, they're gone, right? And this guy, we'll call him Officer Nova, but he goes, nah, we're still here. And I was like, fuck. And they open up the door, and it's me, and I've been sitting fucking Indian style the whole time.
Right.
They pull the fucking clothes off me, and I'm like, God damn it. So he picks me up, drags me over to the top of the stairs, and there's a sea of kids, and they launch me down the staircase.
Oh my gosh.
No shit.
Yeah. And right when I hit the bottom, they just start, my friend Craig, and he's black, but he starts going, Rodney King. And now there's a sea.
About you?
About me. So now there's a sea of fucking teenagers chanting Rodney King at cops on my life.
Dave Landau starts a brand new movement in Detroit.
Comic Dave Landau starts a race riot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I'm like 16. So now Officer Nova's freaking the fuck out because he realizes there are all these witnesses that just watched this happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So they still arrested me, but they dropped all the charges once I got to the police station. Is kind of like, yeah, we won't call your parents. You don't worry about and I was very naive then. I didn't know this should be something I address with a lawyer. I was just glad that I wasn't being charged with anything.
Yeah. Didn't want to poke that bear.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just let it go.
And to be clear, this aggravated assault you got from a police officer happened in a nice neighborhood
that was in my driveway.
Oh, that was at your place. Because I remember the conversation with the girl, and you said, "Hey, you're rich. You're going to be okay." So that
was my friend's house.
Oh, it was your friend's house.
My brother's girlfriend's house. The aggravated assault, I was in my driveway.
Okay, gotcha.
I had come home. I crashed into my garage because depth perception.
Yeah,
and
all those hallucinogenics.
Dave is hitting home runs with these stories.
Yeah, I'll say aunt, but I mean to put it specifically, she was kind of our babysitter. And my mom had her there because she was staying in Boston with my dad getting some surgery for his brain tumor. Mm-hmm. So she was home, and I had gotten home from partying after work or whatever. So it's 2 a.m. and I smashed my car into the garage, like gently.
Okay.
But enough to where I'm like, you know what? I'll just hammer out all these dents with a hammer at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
So I get out of my car.
What a collection of bad decisions you are hitting us with.
It really is amazing.
Oh.
So I get out and I light up a cigarette and I'm just hammering out my bumper, quietly in my head.
Yeah.
And then I go around.
Automotive city out there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people working on their cars at 2 a.m.
Yeah, tons of them. Yeah. So then I'm going over by the aluminum siding.
Yep.
And for some reason I'm just drunk. So I think there's a backing on it inside the garage. And I'm trying to hammer that out. And I'm like, dang, that looks pretty, and then I look and then the car pulls up. And it's Officer Nova and his partner.
Yeah.
Same
dude.
One?
Same dude, that guy.
My.
And he walks up and he goes, what are you doing here, Landau? And I go, well, it's my home. And he goes, you can be a smart ass? And I go, I just answered your question.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, this is David Landau. He's a thorn in my side. He's always a fucking drunk pain in the ass. And the other cops okay. And this is a cop the other one hated, the other ones hated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he goes, he's always drunk. He's a fucking loser. And I go, fair enough. And he goes, He goes, why don't you get your shit together? And I go, I don't know, maybe one day I will. And he starts poking my sternum, just like hitting me. As
Really?
As hard as he could, right? Just poking my sternum. And he goes, why don't you change your life? And I go, I don't know, maybe I will. He goes, what are you going to do when you grow up? And I go, I think I'm going to become a pig. And I go, and again, on my life, I go, and it hits him right here. And no joke, the other cop goes,
really?
Swear to you. It drips down his nose, but he grabs a baton and just fucking cracks me with it, dude. The other guy grabs one. They hit me with fucking nightsticks. Like,
this is the most intense episode of Beardo and Weirdo we've ever had, man. Dude, God.
Yeah, they crack me with nightsticks, dude. I wake up in the hospital in an X position, handcuffed, with a tube in my dick.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a Tuesday afternoon at my house.
Welcome to a very sexy Beardo and Weirdo.
It turned out they found cancer. No,
you were an inspiration to all the young black youth in Detroit when you got thrown down the stairs. Now you're turning on all the women who are listening to Beardo and Weirdo. And that's 4 of them. Wow.
So I wake up and they had dumped charcoal in my throat. You know,
what?
And they had dumped charcoal down my throat. Said pump my stomach.
Oh, there we go.
And they put in
the catheter wasn't enough.
I know, right? And the nurse looks at me and goes, "Listen, when I take this out, like we're gonna unstrap you. You've been charged, whatever. Right? When we take this out, you're going to feel like you have to pee, but you don't really have to pee. So just realize that before you knock me over." And I was like, "Okay." And then so she unstraps me. And the second she pulled that out, I was like, "Move, bitch!" And I'm just like running to the bathroom as fast as not a drop would come out. She was absolutely right.
Oh,
but yeah, that one they had left because they didn't charge me
again.
Police brutality.
Yeah.
Wow.
See,
so
I've had a much different experience in 5-finger death punch with cops. Luckily, cops love 5-finger death punch.
Yes. And I've had many that did like me. I don't want to just shit all over cops. This is more one guy, but I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I mean, my God, thank God I don't drink and drive anymore. It's been a long, long time. Even when I was drinking at the end, I was doing Ubers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't know, a couple years ago, I was running late for the gym, and Craig knows I drive aggressively as it is.
Yes.
I'm in the left-hand lane. There's someone in front of me. I'm mad at this person because they won't get out of the way. They're doing 85. I want to do 92. Get out of the way. You're in the fast lane. So finally, this guy gets out of the way. I'm mean mugging him, speed past him. I'm texting my trainer at the gym, "Hey, I'm late for the gym right now." As I'm texting with my phone underneath the mirror, I get lit up by a cop.
Ooh.
I'm like,
the guy that he passed, that he mean mugged on the way past, was a cop.
I'm getting to that. No, it wasn't. It was a passenger or another car.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the car that you were actually being aggressive with.
No, so that car gets out of the way. I blow past him. I then get into the middle lane, phone underneath the mirror, texting. I get lit up. I'm like, I am definitely getting the ticket now. Cop approaches on the right-hand side. I'm like, "I'm sorry, officer. I know I was texting. I'm late for the gym. Letting my trainer know." He goes, "No, that's okay. I'm probably just going to give you a warning if the plates run and go okay." I'm like, I was texting up here, very visible, doing at least 92 and it's 65.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. And he comes back with the warning. And on the warning, it says going less than 10 miles over the speed limit.
Whoa.
And the whole time when I passed him, I was like, I didn't see this guy. Like, where the hell was he? In the warning, it says, blew past the marked patrol car. He was driving, and I was so focused on mean mugging the guy in front of me that I sped past him, didn't even see him.
Wow.
Yep. And I was like, oh.
I don't have any.
Thank God the cops love 5-finger death punch.
I don't have any.
Thank you, Officer Nova.
Dude, it was like when I was like, I got pulled over so many times with friends as teenagers, and it was always like, they would scare us and they'd say, "All right, you got alcohol in the car. Everybody get out of the car, pour the beer out." And we'd always have to pour the beer out. And it's like, "All right, if we see you again tonight, you're going to jail." And we'd all like go to a keg party and have sex.
Drive on home.
Yeah, we'd all, whatever.
Yeah, they would take your beer or they
Yeah.
It would depend on where you were at. If you were in Detroit in the ghetto, they wouldn't care. Like we used to drink.
Is that right? In the ghetto, they wouldn't care?
No, we used to drink at this place called Angel Park. and it was in the hood. And
Give us the address so we can go there.
Yeah, it's
Just like the goth kids.
yes,
Yeah. In Los Angeles now.
yeah. It's like right when you cross into the hood, you go to the end. There used to be a mental hospital there. I think they've repaired it now, where it's like there's grass and people fish.
Yeah.
But then
It was Devil's Park before the renovations.
Yes.
Now Angel
Yes,
Park.
yes.
That's hilarious.
God, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That is
It didn't have a
hilarious.
name then. But yeah, we would just do, like they ripped down this hospital, and the only people there were homeless people trying to like catfish,
Yeah.
and we would go there and we would have kegs and all this stuff. And I remember one time these cops come in, they're just blaring their lights and everything. We grabbed the kegs and drugs and stuff. We're hiding them. We're all panicked. And we just hear over the speaker and they go 48 seconds. And we were like, what? They go 48 seconds to hide all your shit. That was really good.
Wow.
And we're like, what is
No way.
Yeah. We go, what does that mean? They go, it means pull the keg back out and give us a fucking beer.
Really?
Yeah. So we pulled it out and they gave them beer and they sat with us, and I'll never forget it. We go, so we're not in trouble? And they go, we just came from a house where we found 50 fetuses under a mattress because they were running their own abortion.
Oh my gosh.
They go,
So they brought them to party.
yeah, they go, we don't give a shit if you're drinking here.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, by the way, when you leave, go this way instead of this way because the suburban cops are waiting for you.
See, we really do need to make America great again.
You know what?
'Cause that was it back then.
It really was. Like,
man.
They didn't care. And
Yeah.
plus, so many of them were corrupt. I mean, every leader, like you've seen Beverly Hills Cop, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Gil Hill, the police chief,
Mhm.
he was the police chief
Yeah.
in Detroit. They didn't, instead of getting an actor, they were like, I think we'll just use this guy.
Really? That was the actual
Really?
Gil
Yeah.
Hill, yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to think of what kind of warning can we put on this episode to let people know what they're about to hear. and the depths of depravity
Yeah.
in just 15 minutes of Dave's life.
Kids at home, you're about to see an episode chock full of stories about reasons why not to drink and do drugs. This message presented by Dave Landau and Beardo and Weirdo.
So what was that? You were starting to say that your moment of clarity happened. Was it when you were the Rodney King of your generation?
The fourth DUI.
No, the moment I had a few moments of clarity that I wish I would have paid better attention to. You have those throughout.
Okay, what was the definitive one where you actually changed your life?
The definitive one was when I was still doing, I had dabbled in coke and stuff, but I finally saw me sober, and I have the mugshot. And it was me looking and taking the mugshot picture when I was being arraigned after I went to go and fill up my tire.
Mm-hmm.
And for the dumbest thing imaginable. And
Yep.
I'm just looking at I have a mustache. I look like I'm Colombian. Like I turned into the drug I was taking. I just turned into a mule.
David Landau.
Yes. And I just saw myself, and I was 27. I looked 45, 50.
It was the mustache.
Yeah, it was definitely the mustache. It didn't hurt. I looked like El Chapo. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
That's an incredible moment of clarity for 27.
I had been using drugs hard though since I was 14.
Wow.
Not that, and I mean, I guess that's kind of normal, but I went from a kid who was making movies, enjoying his life, doing things that I really enjoy, and I gave up on all that when I gave in to everybody else. I gave into wanting to be popular, wanting to be cool, not wanting to be called nerdy because I liked making film. Because now everything that people want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Back then it was gay.
Yeah, and blowing guys.
Yeah. On the Drama Society.
Yeah. I couldn't join theater. I could never get there. But
Thus the mustache.
Yep.
yes. Once I had the old dick duster.
Yeah. Pulling the best Freddie Mercury.
So he starts doing drugs when he's 14. He's doing heavy drugs. When we say heavy drugs, you mean like coke and...
No, I started doing coke later, but I started doing acid like crazy.
At 14.
Yeah, we started doing weed, but we started doing acid like 8 seconds after.
Wow.
To the point where we were taking crazy amounts, like 13 hits.
Whoa.
My friend took 19 hits. Then we would take like 5 and go to school.
Did you ever know anyone who never came back?
Yeah, he shot himself last summer.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's sad to say, it was one of my very good friends.
There are no uplifting stories in this appearance.
Oh,
from
Again, kids, drugs and alcohol.
I always realize how I answer stuff, and then I realize how sad that is.
We all have that gallows humor, though.
Honestly,
Yeah.
my ex used to say that to me all the time, that all my stories were depressing. And I'm like, well, didn't you know a bunch of people that were murdered? And, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Well,
I took my ex long ago when I first started going to meetings.
Mm-hmm.
I took her to a meeting just so she could see what I was, going to the meetings and talking about. And everybody's telling these dark stories. And we're all like,
yeah. Yeah.
She's like, is this supposed to be funny?
Yeah.
Because this sounds sad.
There was one.
You had to be there.
There was one ex I knew who grew up in the Chicago area, and I went back with her. I was in Chicago doing shows, and she was like, "Can we go to my old neighborhood?" And I go, "Yeah, we can do that." So we get in the rental car and we drive over to her old neighborhood. And she goes, "Oh my God, the ice cream shop is still here." And it said Ye Old Ice Cream Shop. And I was like, what the hell? And she goes, "Can we get some?" And I was like, "Yeah, we'll get some ice cream." And then we get in the car and she goes, "This is where I had a lemonade stand." And I remember, and I was like, "Really?" And she goes, "Oh, and this is where we used to ride bicycles." And it was so sweet. And it just happened that like a few months later, we were in New York and near where I grew up outside of the Bronx. And I said, mind if we drive out? And she goes, "Yeah." And I meant this sincerely. I was like, "Oh my God, that's where my sister and I got beat up for our bicycles right there." And like, "Oh my God, that's where I got jumped by a bunch of black kids." That were like, and she was horrified by the stories. And I was like, "Oh no, it was a great memory." My sister defended myself and she beat up all the kids with a baseball bat. And yeah.
Now, Craig, this girlfriend, white woman.
Of course.
That's why I don't date white. I don't like the vanilla. Don't like it. I need a little more passion, a little more excitement. I need some Jenny from the Bronx.
Chris, you didn't start doing drugs, Chris, until later.
Not heavy drugs.
Not heavy drugs. You were like alcohol. How old were you when you started drinking?
15, maybe 16. I remember I had a bottle of vodka that was up in my room, and me and my girlfriend just chugging straight nasty ass vodka just to get the buzz. Yeah.
I started drinking and smoking weed when I was 14, and then Coke was 15. And I still remember 15 years old looking at my buddies and going, I know they say a lot of really bad things about cocaine, but do they ever talk about how good this is? Because this is amazing. I just remember thinking, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
I had the best conversation of my life that night about nothing.
Yep. And it was
absolutely
just that once.
Yeah.
After that.
Oh, yeah. Then you go on the traditional thing.
See, I was a late bloomer for cocaine.
See, I felt like that with cocaine, and I was probably about 16 when I started, and I felt the same way. You're telling people how great it is, almost like they should be proud of you for discovering.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I felt. You're like, no, it's great. See, I drink, but I sometimes get tired. Yeah. And this is now a pick-me-up, so I can still drink all night and have a conversation.
I had a friend that told me, like, don't do blow because it's going to ruin your drinking. And I was like,
oh, they're wrong.
I'll be fine. Yeah. Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
And you guys had a 20-year head start on me. I didn't do blow first time until 36.
Oh, damn.
Is that crazy?
I was just never, I was around it, but I was a kid from Kentucky, never really knew it was out here in Vegas because I was a bartender. There's going to be blow as a Vegas bartender around everybody. I was just naive, growing up in Kentucky, never been around it, didn't know anybody back home that did it, and got out here amongst bartenders, and they knew I was like just the good guy back then. I wasn't doing anything at all, hardly, maybe drinking a little bit, but not bad. And they all kept it away from me the whole time. And then,
were you more farmies then?
No, back then it was all just drinking.
Oh, okay.
Until 36. Yeah.
Because then you're a rock star. You become a rock star at what age?
I'm still trying to be a rock star. but if I ever start acting like a rock star, punch me.
So you get into Five-Finger Death Punch at what age?
36.
Oh, 36. And then you tried cocaine.
Yep, that was it. It was finally, I knew somebody that had it. And yeah, I did it in the back of a tour bus with my tour manager.
Wow.
That was my first time doing blow. Welcome to rock and roll, kid.
And at that point, 36, like.
That is a late.
Isn't that crazy?
Decided the drug rock star style.
Yeah. I just it never was anything because I'd heard all the terrible stories.
But
then I was like, I'm like, I got money, I got all the time in the world, zero responsibilities. I'm in a rock band. I'm gonna give it a try. And then
we had comedian
years later.
Pete Lee was in here a couple weeks ago and did the show, and he started doing coke in his 40s, right?
Yep.
Yeah, started doing coke in his 40s, which it's just crazy to me. I can't picture it. So
Coke is expensive.
Yeah, but it's
it's also like it really messes with your sleep.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Sleep's overrated. Yeah.
But that's crazy, man.
The ADD in me, well, I wouldn't sleep it anyway.
At 27, you see a photo of yourself.
Mhm.
You see how bad things are getting in the image of yourself.
Yeah.
And that scares you enough to turn it around.
I finally had what I loved, though. Like, I had been on TV doing comedy.
Yep.
I had achieved these goals that I thought I had kind of thrown away in my life.
Mhm.
I was married. I was doing something with my life. And I was proud of myself for the accomplishments that I had. Not that they were huge, but I mean, how many people can say, like, okay, I went to Second City when I was 19 and just started pursuing my dreams.
Yeah.
So regardless, I always had a little bit of that person in me who wanted to follow a different path.
Yeah.
It's not like now where so many people want to be this. It was a time when it was nobody did.
Yeah.
And I worked really hard for that. And I looked at myself taking it away. And I wasn't somebody who went to the club and got drunk. I wasn't somebody who, got bad reputation with club owners. I was professional.
Yeah, just got drunk at home and doing home renovations.
That's crazy. You were actually you were able to maintain in comedy, just outside of comedy.
Yeah, there were a few stories, where I obviously got lit up in a late show, but then it wasn't a bad story. It was like, dude, that was funny. So it wasn't like discouraging.
Right.
But it was more, I had a couple beers during a show. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But it never affected my comedy. It never affected me growing. And at least as far as I know, I mean, who knows? But at that point, I knew I was going to lose everything if I just continued this lifestyle.
That's a very good head on your shoulders at 27.
And they punished the shit out of me, though, because they
Who did?
The judge, because they pulled up my juvenile record.
Okay.
So they go, look, you can't drive, you can't do this. And I go, well, then I can't make money. And the guy goes, get a real job. And I go, it is a real job. It's how I make my living. So if you want me to pay for all this stuff, I have to. And he's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? And I go, I need to figure out how to get to places to pay you if you're going to give me an alcohol tether. And he goes, then you get double jeopardy. You get a breathalyzer too. So I had to drive around the country. And, this is like B-room headliner stuff.
Yeah.
And I had a alcohol tether attached to my leg, and I had a breathalyzer in my car. So
Which you have to blow every so often while you're driving.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to blow it to start your car. And then about, randomly every 15 to 20 minutes it goes off and you have to blow into it.
Just consistently every 15 minutes?
Yes. So like sometimes
So on stage.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No.
This
Just
is
when
in
you're
the car.
driving.
Okay.
When the vehicle is in motion.
Got
you
it.
have to-
Okay.
And sometimes
I'm an expert in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, I can handle it from here. So the way this works is when you fuck up your life-
people I'm around in comedy, Alex, these influences.
so like I was like watching a truck jackknife in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I just hear brr, brr, and I'm like, awesome. While I'm trying to like not die on the road.
Oh,
It was
my
amazing. So, and then I would go into bars and I'd have to stay away from alcohol. Like I had to use Toms to no alcohol could touch my body.
Oh, so like even soaps and
Nothing.
ooh,
Yeah, it was bad, man. So I would say like, hey, can I plug my leg into one of your machines? I have to download the alcohol history on my tether. And they're like, we don't have one. I'm like, do you have an ATM machine you could unplug for like 10 minutes? And they were like, okay. So I'm in a bar downloading my alcohol tether before I go on stage to perform. And it's like this for a year.
Yeah.
Finally, I get my alcohol tether off, but I had the breathalyzer still in my car. And I was doing the Omaha Funny Bone. And I was in the car.
I was about to start asking who's booking you. Like, is this funny business that's getting you all around?
I was still, like, they still liked me, Like
funny business? Okay.
Yeah, and even Funny Bones and stuff. And
Funny Bone is Colleen. Colleen is the woman who I've taken to a few Rolling Stones shows. She's the biggest Rolling Stones fan.
yes,
Nice.
ever.
Yeah. I mean, it's like her office is all Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love Colleen.
Me too. Everybody loves Colleen.
Yeah. And I was there, and Tommy Johnigan was in the hotel. I was in the condo.
Okay.
And I used mouthwash for the first time in so long. I was like, oh, I feel so good. And I go down and I blow like a 0.4, like legally dead into my car. So I call him and I'm like, dude, if you don't come here and blow into this, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to lock and I'm going to go to prison. And I just got everything done. I have like 1 week with this left.
Oh.
And dude, thank God he picked up the phone, and Tommy ran from that hotel, which was far, all the way to that condo. And I swear to God, it was like the end of like like Hoosiers or one of those movies where it was like 10, 9, 8. It's like it's 7. He grabs it, blows in, it hits all zeros, and my car started.
Oh.
And I was so relieved because it was just a living hell for the longest time.
Oh,
and that was when I realized, like, I'm picking up my mother-in-law and picking people up who haven't seen me. I picked up Bobby Kelly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine now, and like I pick him up, and first time he's meeting me, I blow start the car, and he goes, "God damn it!" And he just calls Colin Quinn. He goes, "Listen to this. This fucking kid's got a breathalyzer in his car." And but he loved me after that because he saw that I was trying. Like I really was trying to change my life at that point.
Bobby Kelly came to see us open for Metallica with Big J Okerson at the Giant Stadium when we played out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So was it you never turned around from that point? Was it then you managed to stay sober that whole time?
I had about 3 relapses.
Really?
But they weren't bad. They were one day.
Okay.
Well, one I mean they weren't good. But
Okay.
but in those years I had 3 relapses, and I only counted as 16 years because that's when I really took it seriously. And I've forgiven myself for those, and that was it. But they were one day mistakes, and I lost control.
Yeah. And now you're 16 years sober.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Nice.
It's crazy because I can't even remember all the people that I've lost in the almost 21 years.
Oh yeah,
sober.
How many people died that first year when you got sober?
Oh yeah, dude.
Several.
My first year of being clean, I had 6 friends die.
Yep.
All comedians.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
All comedians. No, 7 friends died.
Ooh.
4 drug overdoses and 3 drinking and driving car accidents. 7 friends died in that first year that I got sober.
That will keep you sober that first year for sure.
The first one was Mitch Hedberg, my old roommate.
Mm-hmm.
He died. I got sober December 14th, and then he died. Well, he died late March, like I think March 30th, 29th or 30th, but it didn't get reported until April 1st. And so everyone thought it was an April Fool's Day joke. And people were like, "Oh man, he didn't die." Like it was this weird, like the news was spreading.
I'm sorry, man.
And then, but well, I mean, that's just what happens.
Yeah.
This is what happens to us.
Yeah.
We lose our friends who behave like that. And it's not, people like you hear about it when you're young. Everyone goes, you do this, you're going to go to jail. You're going to die. And you're like, and then you go out with your friends and you drink and you have a wild night and you go, I don't know, man. It was kind of crazy. It was fun. We're okay. And then you do it again. You have wild nights. And then every once in a while, something really dangerous happens. You're like, ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah.
And then over time, sure enough, everything people say happens. It all happens, and people get caught up and it's, but
I can't imagine 7 in 1 year. Like when I first got sober, it was like February, I forget what year it was, 2017. And the first time that somebody died, once I was sober, was Vinnie Paul.
Oh yeah.
I got the phone call from his tour manager asking me if I knew anybody in Vegas who was in law enforcement that could go over there that wouldn't
check.
Yeah, that wouldn't talk to the press.
Oh wow.
And that was the first real time that something had hit me in sobriety. I was just like, oh. And I immediately went back to thoughts of Vinnie Paul would have a drink called a Black Tooth Grin. And we had so many of those back in the day. And I was like, man, like I want to kind of celebrate his life with, a Black Tooth Grin. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Why would I celebrate with that when I'm clean and sober now? So it was very important for me to maintain sobriety through that. So that way other friends that I knew were going to go off the rails once he passed away, I would be the person they could call and have like a sober ear. So that was one of the first real tests of me being sober was when Vinny passed away.
Yeah, you don't realize how deep it runs, the changes you got to make. And then also there's perception. Or was there ever things that you thought were cool when you were hammered, and then when you're sober you go, this isn't cool? Like,
oh, of course.
Like what stands out as something that's not cool?
I don't know, just being really shitty to people, like trying to be funny.
I definitely thought that I was funnier
Yeah.
on Jack Daniels. My tour manager called me Jack Mouthy when I
Really?
started drinking Jack Daniels because I would get a mouth on me and I was just thinking I was overly funny.
There wasn't one night where people didn't call me and go, you need to call Billy and Jimmy and John and apologize. I'm like, what
Really?
what did I do? Like pranks that were just very juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't remember him?
Well, I mean, usually no.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hit a blackout point. Like, Usually it was 6 beer, Dave, and then I'd turn, but people wouldn't mind if they were on my side. But then, after that, but then just be like destruction of property, just doing really shitty stuff that I thought was funny.
You know what's funny that I thought was cool? I don't know if I ever told you this. I used to love getting hammered and doing coke and watching the movie The Doors. It was so decadent and cool, and it just celebrated.
Yeah, you were way off.
Val Kilmer's so sexy too.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing is that I was so into it that I wanted to dance naked with a girl and drink each other's blood. That's how into the movie I was. I wanted to be able to drink somebody else's blood like they did in the movie. And then I was sober, I was like 6-7 years. And I believe I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma in a hotel room. And I put on the TV, I'm flipping through the channels, and I see the movie The Doors is on. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen this in so long. And I'm watching it. And I cannot believe how much I hate Jim Morrison. He's such an annoying asshole. And all I can think of is like, dude, you're blowing it for everybody.
Yeah.
You're not a lizard king. You're high. You are high. There is no such thing as a lizard king. Why isn't John Densmore just beating the shit out of Jim Morrison and saying, dude.
Because he can do anything.
Right. He can do anything. He's the lizard king, man. And it's just crazy how your perception.
Oh, yeah. Well, we used to do a lot of acid, and then we'd watch that and think it was awesome. Yeah. And then I watched it, I don't know, 5 years ago, and there's a part where a lady goes, does life imitate art, or does art imitate Andy? And I was like, oh, fuck.
That's right.
And
that's right.
I can't do this.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's right. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen that movie so many times. Were there ever any comedy gigs that you loved and you went back sober and you go, this comedy gig sucks?
Oh, God. Yeah. I'd say most of them are gone now. But there was, there were definitely many. Most the Connections were definitely a couple of them. I mean, the Lansing,
the comedy
wasn't
Connections,
bad, but there were two. There was one in Lansing and one in Toledo.
Okay.
The Toledo one definitely got kind of
the
bad.
Connection.
Mm-hmm. Connections.
Connections. Okay,
Different
I don't know if I
one.
knew about those clubs.
Yeah, and then gosh, there had to be a ton. There were so many rooms I did.
Yeah.
There was, oh man, one was, I'm trying to think of how many bad ones I've done.
Yeah.
There were so many bad. One, fuck, what was the name of this room? It was in St. Louis. It was there. It was called the Comedy Forum.
Yes!
Did you ever do it?
I did that one.
Oh
and they had like paintings of like Greek gods or something.
And it was Sir Farts-a-Lot was the name or something.
Yes.
Or like, what was the name of the?
It was the guy who ran it was Al something.
Yeah, Al. He had the stutter.
Yes, he had the stutter. Al, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes, in St. Louis.
Yes, I don't mind him.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he was great. Al Canal.
Al Canal. Yeah.
Al Canal. But the guy, it was a Spartacus. So Farticus. It was Farticus.
Wow,
that's what it was. Yeah, and I
did a set there, like just stopping in. I think I was doing shows at the Funny Bone, and I stopped in and do a set there.
Yeah. You know, Matt, who was just with me, we did a gig there, who I just introduced you to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And during the show, a guy opens up his coat and pulls a gun on me. And
from the crowd?
From the crowd.
Because of something you said?
Yeah, he didn't like the joke.
Whoa.
And what was the joke?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
And he's going like this, and I'm like, is that a gun? And here's how shitty the club was. No one minded that he had a gun.
Nobody got up. They're like, eh.
No. He's like, that's just how it is.
That's old Jimmy. Jimmy's here all the time.
Yeah,
he gets a little gunny.
And he's like, every time I don't like a joke, I'm going to point a gun at you. I'm like, could you not?
A little worse than the Gong Show. That's for sure.
So I just keep doing my set nervously, and like Al's standing to the side, and I'm like, just like looking at him. Are you going to maybe call the police?
Yeah. Al Canal is aware of this and he doesn't do anything?
No, he's just standing there. Like, I think he's trying to find the owner at this point.
Whoa.
Who's on coke fucking a waitress in the back in the office. Yeah. So I do exactly 45, by the way.
Wait, is Al on coke doing?
No, Al's not.
I was going to say, Al stuttering on coke would be amazing. All right.
Yeah. No, talking to Al on coke would be a nightmare. But but the guy who owned it was kind of a greaseball, just a slime ball.
Okay.
He's in the back.
The one doing coke, banging the cocktail.
Yeah, banging the cocktail.
You're saying that guy's a slime ball?
Yeah, so weird. There's such high standards in comedy.
Yes, banging the I'm sure of age cocktail waitress in the back. So
wow.
Now we're standing out there. Matt sets up this merch for us, like right at exactly 40 minutes.
Right.
So I'm out there. The second the show ends, that dude just heads for the door.
The dude with the gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Takes off. And now I'm standing there with like a small line. And this guy comes storming out of the back. And he's like, what the fuck? And I go, yeah, he had a gun. He goes, you went under.
Oh! Al says that, or the owner
that was fucking the waitress.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And I go, I didn't go under, motherfucker. That guy had a gun pointed at me the whole show. I did my time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I didn't hear about that. And Al's like, he did. I was trying to knock on the door.
Wow.
To figure out what we were going to do. And he's like, so he sends a bad report, which nothing makes you feel shittier as a comic when they give you grades.
Yeah.
To the dude who books at Yoder, funny business, I should say, about how I went under and I was unprofessional or whatever. So they call me about it, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was about to lose work over it.
Wow.
They call Matt, and Matt tells them what happened. They call me back and go, okay, first, I just want to apologize for what happened to you over the weekend. We understand there's conflicting story. Because Elle defended me too.
Okay, good.
And all that.
Good.
But yeah, it was fucking amazing. I had a gun pulled on me for my whole set, and then you went under.
Isn't it incredible, the characters that run these clubs that you have to deal with? You have to deal with everybody's the nuances of what everybody likes in the different clubs to continue to get the work in those rooms. Did you ever work for Craig Glazer in Kansas City?
God, that sounds
Stanford and Sons.
Stanford and Sons.
Yeah.
One time, yeah.
And, that was it? Just the one time?
One time, because then I did the improv after that.
Okay. Well, the guy...
Because Gardell brought me to the improv after
nice.
that. Yeah.
Craig Glazer, who ran Stanford and Sons, was a legendary comedy club owner. He was that guy. He had a hair system on his head that was kind of glued in, and the hair system had to be touched up every couple of months.
Okay.
And you knew things weren't going well with the club when the hair system was starting to fall apart. And he wouldn't stay on top of it. But when he died, I went to his Facebook page, a radio station. Johnny Dare wanted me to call in and to like say something about Craig Glazer. I'm like, all right. And I'm going through his Facebook page to kind of get some ideas about what to say when I get on the air. I've never seen so many Facebook posts, tributes, start with the words, you know what? Love him or hate him. Literally every post started with love him or hate him. Every post acknowledged, okay, he screwed over a lot of people.
You're just saying no one liked this man.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. We all know those same people. We all have those same experiences, and it's such a small community. It's like in music, you've told me stories that like, oh yeah, that guy, everyone in the industry knows about that guy, that he does that thing.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with comedy. It's such a small business that if one comedy club owner is really shitty, we all hear about it. There was one guy who stiffed me who he had a club for a minute. He had a Funny Bone in Huntington, West Virginia, and he wouldn't return my calls. And I just started calling. I looked at the schedule and I just started warning everybody. I was like, hey, Jim Brewer, hey, I want to give you a heads up. Hey,
you might have been the reason I didn't go back there.
To Huntington?
Yeah. It was the Funny Bone that was like, it was falling apart in the inside.
I don't know if it was falling apart, but they closed abruptly.
I remember that.
In the middle, and they didn't pay any of the employees.
Yeah.
But the guy had stiffed me, and it was actually this amazing story where a hypnotist actually helped me get my money back. And I was like, and he goes, no, man. He goes, I'm going to help you get your money back. And I was like, don't worry about it. And he actually helped me get my money back.
He went back into the club. He's like, watch the clock.
I know. When I say a hypnotist, it does sound like Jay Medicinehat.
Yeah. I've heard that name.
Yeah, he was a good dude.
Jay Medicinehat was a legendary guy. And Jay Medicinehat said, I'm going to get you your money back. And I was like, I'm not going to get it back. The guy won't even pick up the phone for me. So at this point, I'm just calling to warn you that if you're going to go to that club, make sure you get your money up front. And he goes, no, man, I'm going to help you get your money back. He goes, if you don't mind me asking, how much was the check for? And I tell him how much the check was for. And he goes, okay. And did he sign his name on the check? And I said, yes. And he goes, okay, this is going to be easy. This is going to be really easy. You're going to get your money. Call the Huntington Police Department. Ask for the fraud department. Ask for an officer at the fraud department. Get their name. Tell them. And it varies from state to state, but it's not a lot. It can be $1,000. It can be $1,200. But it's usually in that range. If somebody signs that check with their name, with their signature, and that check bounces, that is a felony.
Right.
It's really easy to prosecute that felony. And with a felony on your record, you cannot operate a business with a liquor license. So you can actually shut his entire business down. And I said, that sounds really good, but and he goes, trust me. I said, the guy won't even pick up the phone for me. And he goes, trust me.
He will when the cops call.
And you know what? It was the weirdest thing. I called him, left him a message, said, hey, dude, I've been trying to get in touch with you. And I'm sorry to say, but you forced me to do this. I've spoke with Officer so-and-so at the Huntington Police Department, and I'm going to file charges. And this is really easy to prosecute because you signed your name on the check, and it's a felony. And with a felony on your record, you will not be able to operate your business anymore. And within an hour, the guy called me, and first thing out of his mouth was, Craig, I just turned my phone on. What's going on? And I said,
what a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know, man. Fucking, I'm just now realizing my co-host is a snitch. Unbelievable.
Did you ever get stiffed out of gigs? Did you ever get just straight up stiffed for a weekend of shows?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, stiffed and then way underpaid.
Oh.
One time I was doing a club. It was in where was it? Bloomington, Illinois. And I was working with the guy, and he was shorting me about $600.
Okay.
And I said, this isn't the amount of money that we agreed on. And I go, can I talk to the guy who bought the club? And I'm talking to my friend who had sold him the club.
Yeah.
And so he gets on the phone and he goes, yeah, that might be what he agreed with you on, but I own the club now and this is what I'm paying you. And I said, okay, well, this isn't what I agreed to come down on. And you didn't call me and say there was a different amount. The tickets are sold. There's plenty of people that were here. There's no reason why I wouldn't be getting paid what I agreed to be paid. And he goes, that's what you're getting. And he hangs up.
Okay.
And I go, okay, well, this is disrespectful. So I call him back, doesn't answer.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wait another hour and I call him and I go, listen, I'm even willing to compromise with you between those two numbers, but the idea that you're just going to stiff me that much is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, yeah, well, that's what you're getting paid. So that's what you get. Hangs up. Okay. So we go back upstairs and I look and I go, oh, that's his bedroom, right? And it's where all his clothes are hanging.
Yeah.
Dude, I took a piss in all of his shoes.
There it is.
I fucking wiped my ass with every shirt that he had.
Mm-hmm.
I blew my nose. He was a vest guy. I blew my nose with his
Not
vest.
surprising at all. Not surprising.
And and the guy who knew him was loving it because he hated him anyway.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But he's just watching this. He's like, no one deserves this more. You have no idea.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not going to leave without being it was so juvenile, but I'm like, fuck this guy. Because he's doing it to a bunch of people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then I heard he did it to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So that's what I did was I was just like, fuck it.
And this was Bloomington.
I want to say Illinois. I could be wrong.
I remember a room in Bloomington, Indiana that was phenomenal.
Oh, it's a great room. That comedy addict.
Yeah. That was the best room.
Yeah, yeah.
So after pissing on his clothes, wiping your ass, blowing your nose in his vests, worth the $600?
Yeah. And then I also heard the club failed and he was homeless.
Oh, fun.
Driving around with his baby.
Yeah.
And snot and piss on all his clothes.
Yeah. No, because I guarantee you for a while he was like, did you smell piss? Every time I put on my shoes, I smell piss.
Baby, did you shit? Did you shit, baby? I smell it.
It's just one of those where I didn't want to touch his shoes. So I got on my knees and I make sure just enough piss got in each shoe.
Yeah.
A nice even.
Nice portioning.
Dave, with the last hour of this horrifying collection of stories, and I know that we've actually had a discussion about worst concert you've ever seen, and I agree. I don't even remember the artist. I just know it was a festival where everybody on acid was beating the shit out of each other. I agree with you. That is the worst. Can we leave on an upbeat note and tell me what was the best concert you ever saw? What made it the best concert?
Okay, tiebreaker.
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
One would be Alice Cooper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, Alice Cooper is always great live.
Yep.
Yeah, I had not seen him, which sucks as a Detroit guy. I just had never had the opportunity. And he was playing nearby in an auditorium of all places in Ohio.
Okay.
Near Toledo. And this is maybe, maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm like, screw it, I'm going to get some tickets. Me and my friend will go. It was only like 600, 700 seats or whatever.
What year was this? You roughly?
I want to say maybe 2015,
Okay.
2016. Okay. And I'm like, I wonder if it'll be good.
So good.
He's my favorite. But
Yeah.
Dude, it was like he was 18.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dude.
And he liked it.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. It was like watching a hungry teenage rock star.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how he hit every note. He had gone Christian at that point, but he still kept all the demonic parts of the show.
Yeah. He's even said that the Christians give him a hard time about it, but he's like, this is a theatrical show.
Yeah. If it's good enough for Zach Brown, it's good enough for Alice Cooper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and he said like, well, demonic's part of it.
Yeah.
You can't have the devil and good all the time, and I admire him for that.
Absolutely.
And I think
it's
great.
Yeah, and I mean, he's sang even women bleed, or only women bleed.
Yeah.
He sang like all these songs that I really, really dig. He had a blonde girl playing with him who was
Nita Strauss.
Yes.
Nita Strauss.
I was going to ask if that was that lineup. Yeah.
Dude, killer, man.
Yeah.
She was. He actually left the stage just to let her play a couple songs. And it was amazing.
Nita is an incredible shredder, and she got incredible stage presence as well.
Dude,
like she is like to be up there with Alice Cooper and hold her own as she does. Oh,
she got taken away for a minute by Demi Lovato and then came back. It also does solo stuff. But yeah, that whole band is amazing. But Nita Strauss is absolutely a rock star.
That's what I mean. She belongs in that rock metal world.
Yeah.
She doesn't, not the Demi Lovato.
So it's
So
it's a tie.
Alice Cooper is coming out on a new tour with Chris Angel from Las Vegas. They're getting ready to come out with that tour.
Yep.
I'm not sure how many dates. You can go to alicecooper.com, I'm assuming.
It's not a tour.
No, it's just like a couple of dates.
It's only in Las Vegas. You got to come here to see it. You have to come here to Vegas to see it.
Chris Angel, come in here. Let's chat.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been meaning to hit him up too. So
Hell yeah.
we should be able to get him in. But if it was a tie, Alice Cooper and who else was the tie for best show?
It was Aaron Freeman who's Dean Ween. And what happened was he was just announcing that he was doing random venues.
Okay.
So he would just like put on Twitter or whatever his guest list, I'm going to be here. So he goes, I'm going to be at, it's a bowling alley in downtown Detroit. There's a famous story where Jack White.
And you met Jack White before he was famous.
I did, yeah, when he was just playing a little bit with the White Stripes around Detroit. Yeah, he was super cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a huge White Stripes fan. So for that, that's what a halftime show should be, what they just did on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Yeah, it was him and Eminem, was it?
And Eminem.
Yeah.
Dude,
just crushing it at that Thanksgiving game.
No, man, Bad Bunny's going to crush it, man. It's going to be so good.
I'm like, just let Eminem book these from now on. And I like that Eminem did his thing, crushed, and then got off the stage to let Jack continue.
Yeah.
Like, didn't steal. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
Was Eminem in the Super Bowl when Dr. Dre and all them was on?
Yes, he was.
Okay, I remember part of it, but yeah.
Yeah. It was a good show.
Absolutely.
I was loving it.
Dude.
But with the Von Bondis, when he knocked out one of the Von Bondi, the dude from the Von Bondis, I don't know if you ever heard that story, Jack White. Yeah, Jack White's kind of an actual like low key badass.
Is he's a tall dude too, right?
Jack White,
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah,
Yeah,
And
that's what I thought.
He's actually from the hood, so people don't realize that about him. But yeah, he fucked up one of the dudes from the Von Bondis. But it was at the Majestic, I believe, in downtown Detroit. So we just get this random text, and we're like, oh shit, let's go watch Aaron Freeman. So we go, and it's just a bar above a bowling alley. But dude, he had it set up with a band, like dude, smoke machines, fog machines, voices, like it was as if it was set up for thousands of people in the corner of a bar.
And he just tweeted it out earlier that day.
He tweeted out like an hour before he started.
Oh my God.
That rules.
So, dude, it's like me and 20 people.
No
like,
way.
Slowly, it turned into a little bit bigger.
Okay, yeah.
But not crazy. Like maybe it got to 150.
Yeah.
Did they charge a cover or was it just open to the...
It was like $10.
Whoa.
He just like last minute because he was getting sober and he just kind of wanted to do his own thing to get back out there.
Wow.
And dude, he's coming out from like billows of smoke in the corner of a bar.
Yeah.
And he just played his heart out and just was doing stuff like I had seen him do at Bonnaroo and seen like it was incredible to see the passion that the man had just to do that and like the way that he just wanted to do it for the art in just a bar in Detroit.
Wow. Well, dude, I'm glad you're sober.
Thank you.
Especially after hearing these harrowing stories. Because I mean, as much entertainment as there is in those stories, I'm just at a point in my life now where they depress me to hear people not taking care of themselves and potentially losing their lives in situations.
Especially behind the wheel with those many stories too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is not something I am proud of.
Yeah.
So
how long did it take you and your father to rebuild that bond after that first wreck in the Buick, I believe it was?
It took a while. Right after it first happened, I remember he handed me the bill. It was for $13,486.
How old were you?
16.
Woo!
And he said, David, I just wanted you to take this to school to let everybody know how proud I am of you.
Wow.
He was very Dangerfield-esque.
Wow.
But he passed when I was 18, but he knew that I was going to go to Second City. And it was the first time he just said, look, I'm really proud of you because I know you're going to follow the right path.
Wow.
Nice.
He knew I had a lot of demons,
Mhm.
and he very much loved me and never gave up on me.
Yeah. I mean, demons are a part of the thing. Comedians, musicians.
Yep.
A lot of time, addiction part of the whole thing that at some point is bringing out that art. So it's good to see that. I saw you at the Comedy Mothership for the first time.
Yeah.
Just not that many months ago. And clearly, minus the drugs and alcohol, incredibly funny. Like enough where I was like, I think I sent you a message. It's like, fucking great set out there.
And Dave has become an incredible
Thank you.
storyteller. There's a great story at the top of his Instagram right now that is hilarious about stopping by and getting a crave case at White Castle on his way to what turned out to be an assault of a. We'll just leave it at that.
There we go. And how can they find you on Instagram, Dave?
They can go to @Dave.Landau, I believe, is my Instagram.
Okay.
And then
Website.
DaveLandau.com, and you can get my book, Party of One, a Fuzzy Memoir, which is about my recovery. If people want to check it out.
Dude, you are on the road all the time now.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're happy. You love comedy as much as you did when you first discovered it, right?
Now I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had my bitterness phase. I mean, I love being with my son, more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why even when I was shooting my show, I was always home every Sunday, Monday, baseball, practice, everything, making that time. But now that my show's gone for right now, I'm really kind of happy that it's just comedy again, because that's really where my passion is.
That's awesome. Go see Dave Landau on the road and say hi to him, and you can get your own fucked up stories from him in person. Dave, thanks for coming and joining us, and we will see you again next time. We'd love to have you back on again.
I'm a big fan of both of you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dave. Right on.